Okay, we're officially on team call recording. All right. So, first things first, and I talked about how awesome you guys are doing. Jessica's back on. Awesome. Okay. I want to go ahead and talk about the Team Cup. Team Cup starts in February. If you guys saw the live video that I made a few days ago, I said I was going to go ahead and register us. I haven't yet because I haven't found a fifth person. And the fifth person that was going to coach with our team or do it with us, she had asked me if she could join in with our team, which I was like so excited. I'm like, somebody wants to be in our Team Cup, um, our Team Cup team. So she actually ended up going with another team by accident. She told me the story, but anyways, it was by accident. So I'm actually looking for a fifth. Um, I'm waiting probably until Friday until we get the fifth person because I have two people signing up this week. So I want to see with our team first and work with you guys first before I go asking other teams if they have anybody that wants to join ours. So that's the deal with the Team Cup. I would like to also get us kind of flowing a little bit more with the tracker and using the tracker a little bit more. I said by this Saturday, but that was something that I was planning for the team, but I want you guys to make that goal. Like, how do you feel about the tracker? Are you getting a little more familiar with it? Do you guys have any questions about it? When do you guys like want to have like the tracker down by like the end of month or middle of next week? I leave it up to you guys.
Are you talking about the
The business tracker. So, because I know like, you know, we're checking off all the business activities that we're doing, but I want you guys to get really familiar with that because we're going to be using it a lot next month. So I'm trying to prep you guys for next month, basically. Okay. So do you have any questions about that, or as far as kind of fully completing it, do you want to make that goal by like next week or this Saturday or next Saturday?
I looked at it, but I haven't printed it out yet. So I'm gonna print it out.
Okay.
I was looking through it though.
Not the February Team Cup tracker. I'm talking about the business activity tracker. The one with the check marks.
Yeah, never.
Not yet? Okay. So I
I've
want
been using it pretty consistently. So
what's that? Just I didn't hear
I've
you.
been using it pretty consistently. It's not every day that I'll be checking everything off, but I have been using it just
good.
to like kind of go through. So yeah, I'm getting used to it.
Okay, good. So that's what I want you guys to do, or have us as a team to do, like getting more familiar with it every single day. I would say as far as the best way that I could recommend is once you've checked one off, go on to the next one, save it for another day and check that one off. So say for example, you checked off your workout, you drank your Shakeology. It's already 2 checks. And then the next day you want to add on 5 extra invites, and you can check that one off on the next day. And then you do all 3 of those again the day after that and check one off. Do you see what I mean? Am I explaining that right?
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying to like just continually add on as you go
Exactly.
along.
There you go. Thank you. So, and that way you'll get more accustomed to it. You know, the more repetition, the more you make it a habit. I'm loving this habits book, Atomic Habits. That's how I'm getting a lot of my language. It's pretty awesome. So, that's that with the tracker. Awesome thing, if you guys saw the National Wake Up Call this week, don't know if you guys did, but they were updating the Success Starter requirements. So instead of qualifying for a free summit ticket in your first 3 months as a new coach, they're giving you 6 months. So you have to complete, you have to achieve Success Club 3 months out of the 6 from when you started. So say, for example, Nika, you started, I believe, in November, or you signed up in November, I think. right?
But
So November,
it was like October, I think. No,
October.
it was November.
I think it was beginning November. I remember because it was just right before I got married. That's how I remember your start date. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So you have until May. That's plenty of time. 3 months out of those 6 months, and you get a free summit ticket to I believe it's next year. Or is it this year coming? Actually, I think it's this year coming if you to qualify. So you would have an opportunity to go to Summit or have a free ticket to Summit this July. That's an awesome change. Huge change, because I think before it was only 3 months consecutive. Now you have 6 chances. So that's that with the cup and success starters. Okay, now I want to kind of go over just like how would I say this? Your profiles on Facebook and Instagram. So I know some of you guys are using Instagram more than your Facebook, or using Facebook more than your Instagram. I use both because I still have audiences on both. For those of you, let's start with Instagram. So you want to make your Instagram page public, okay? And you don't only want to do that. You want to also put, I believe under category, when you go under to edit profile, you would put under your category what kind of category you would be. So you put in you're a public figure, or if your brand is mostly health and fitness or health and wellness. That's something that you would personally choose depending on what your brand is. Most people choose public figure or blogger. I think I've seen blogger on there, or health and wellness, or beauty and wellness, something like that. All around those lines, all kind of under the same umbrella. But you want that so when people go onto your page, they know what you're about, or what you're talking about on your page. So another thing is, in your description, you should have kind of like a short description of yourself and what they are going to expect on your page. Are you a mom of 3? Are you a fur mom? Are you? And these are things that you'll be able to talk about and start conversations with. So for example, I have my page as a PMDD warrior. I'm also on a debt-free journey, and I am a newlywed. I just moved from Fort Lauderdale to Cape Cod, and you'll see adventures of me in Fort Lauderdale to Cape Cod. So those 4 main things at least are what I'm talking about. And I love cupcakes. So those are things that when people go on my page, especially my PMDD warriors, I'm big on PMDD and self-love and self-growth. They know, they're like, oh, she's a PMDD warrior. Let me go ahead and follow her. So when I start my conversations with them, when I go to my hashtag PMDD or PMDD warriors, they're like, oh man, yeah, I love her page. Da, 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 da. Let me like her. And that's when they will start to connect. And they'll scan your page, or, the first thing that you probably guys, when you guys have seen my page when you first came on, you're like, well, what is she about? Right? Or you look at my Instagram stories. What's that?
I was just looking at your videos.
You're looking at my videos. Exactly. So they're going to start to explore your page. So you want to make sure that, that you're speaking to your audience. Like who is your audience, basically. Okay. So that's a little bit about your description and your profile. Also, your profile picture, smile. Make it inviting, make it, fun, and something about you. Make it bright and clear. Make sure you're using your lighting correctly. Make sure the clarity is correct, or not correct. The clarity is crisp. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about posting as well. So, sorry, I have my notes here. Oh, and another reason why I like to, sorry, just going back a little bit. The reason why we like to make it a business page on Instagram is because it makes it public and people can actually see it. So now that you are a public figure on Facebook or Instagram, they know, like, people are able to see it. It's not like blocked off as a private page. You want to make it public because you are now serving the public. So that's kind of like I want to say psychology behind that. That's my thing. So as far as posting, I know we're having a little bit of a challenge as far as what to post. Whenever I come across that, and I asked Devin too, I'm like, what should I post about today? Let's talk about your fitness journey. Go back and really dive into your fitness journey. Whenever you're having problems, always dive back to where you started. And that's where you can kind of sit back and refocus. So today I was like, what am I going to post about? I still have trouble too, guys. 5 years in, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I know I talked about my coaching a few days ago. I know I talked about becoming vegan. And I know I talked about something with newlyweds and PMDD. So those are like my 4 main topics. Let's talk a little bit more about my virtual wellness studio, because I noticed that I haven't talked about my virtual wellness girls. So that's another thing in your first, I want to say 4 to 9 posts on Instagram. You see that block when you're scrolling, you see the full 9. So in that full 9, and those first 9 posts, those first 9 boxes on Instagram, you want to be sure that your audience knows that, yes, there is a coaching opportunity. Yes, there is a virtual wellness group. Yes, you're a fur mom. Yes, you're making yourself better every single day with your health and wellness journey. So those are things that they need to know. So when you ask them in your private message to go ahead and join your team or to go ahead and join you as a coach, they kind of somewhat know what you're talking about and somewhat were able to relate with you. That is 4 to 9. Okay, and another thing is be intentional with your posts. Post on purpose. Posting is so important. You guys know that we emphasize posting because that helps you make your story for the day, and your photos count too. So this is the thing about photos through your feed. The average person has about 2 seconds to see if they want to read your post or not, because they're scrolling. Sometimes less than that, maybe a second or a second and a half. So you got to come out with a bomb ass photo, okay? But you also don't want to perfectionize your photo, especially when you're new, because you need to find out what makes your audience tick and what grabs their attention. So don't think too much about the photo more than the message. Your message still has to connect. Your photo could be a picture of your dog and you can still talk about coaching. Okay? It doesn't have to connect directly with your photo as long as your message connects to your audience. So, what was I saying about the about the photos? I totally lost my train of thought.
They don't have to be
okay, yes. Don't, and I was listening to this on the Angie Lee show. She's a marketing expert. Don't get caught up in perfectionizing your photos. Just post it. And she also mentioned, I'm looking back at her notes here, the perfectionist mindset is something that will keep someone from being unsuccessful. So I think what she's trying to say is don't think too much. post it, try it out. And if it doesn't work, try something else. Okay. And also, yeah, that's basically it for that. Sorry. Another few ideas that you could use. What are they called? Mantras of the day or something like that? You know, like Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday. You have Way Back Wednesday or Woman Crush Wednesday. And you have Throwback Thursday, Flex Friday, Self-Development Saturdays, and Sunday Fun Days. Those are like awesome times to post on those kind of mantras for the day, because most people are looking in those hashtags. Oh, excuse me. And you want to get kind of creative with those things. Like, for example, Transformation Tuesday, I've posted before. You can do like a post not just about your transformation physically. You can post like how you were back then. I posted my faces, my face back in 2014 versus now. And I look completely different as far as like my happiness. And I talked about being happy and how much the coaching opportunity changed my happiness and how I could find it. So you don't necessarily have to be posting your physical progress all the time. Okay. But you got to kind of find ways to tell your story in different ways. And that's another way to do it. Okay. Another thing is some techniques that you could use in your photos. So first things first, you guys know that I have one of these babies, right? It's $10. I need a new one, I think. I'd like a new one. It probably extends higher, probably like 6 feet. But that's $10. I got it off Amazon. And that is a game changer. You place it anywhere, because I can't keep asking Devin to take photos of me or posting them. Like, you should see when I was in England, last in England, I took a shoelace and tied it to my water bottle, tied my phone to my water bottle in order for me to take a picture. So that's just an example of how I used to prop up my pictures. Oh, we lost Nika. Hopefully we can get her back on. So, and I have everybody on mute right now. So if you want to talk, go ahead and unmute yourself. But you can use that. Also, there's a mini remote, Bluetooth remote that you can use to hook up to your phone, and you can take pictures that way in real time. So what I would do is I would prop it on my stand, put my phone on my stand, and I would take the remote and I would just flash pictures. You can do that. I have like 3 of those. They're really cheap. I think one of them came with my stand, and it was a total of like $15 altogether, the whole combo. And also another thing that you could do to make your pictures a lot better is lighting. Lighting is so key when it comes to your photos. So usually I would have, I would be facing the light. Natural light is usually the best. So I would face the light and take the picture, so it can avoid like taking the shadows on my face. Another thing that you guys might like to use, and this is, I didn't start using this app until like my 4th year in coaching. It took me forever to figure out. But thank God Colleen made a training on it. It's called Lightroom. And Lightroom uses certain presets. So your the details of the filters are already preset. And yes, the really good ones you'd have to pay for. I think the first one that I've ever paid for was $50. So I didn't have to like preset my photos every single time and take the time to do that. It would take me forever to edit my photos and preset the lighting. So what I would do, and what Lightroom allows you to do, is to buy a preset and I can show you guys a link that I also found my preset on from Instagram. You can buy it from there, and it will just tell you the directions and how to download it on your phone. And that is actually how you get the kind of feng shui of your profile. If you take a look at these other influencers' profiles, they have like a certain color on their profile, a certain color theme, or a certain lighting, or a certain filter that they use in all of their posts. Only thing is, you have to be skilled in watching your natural lighting in your photos and taking clear, crisp photos, or else it's going to kind of like throw off the feng shui of your page. That's a little bit more advanced if you guys want to do it. I think it's a lot easier for me to do, but I really want you guys to focus on the message first, okay? So if that's something that you want to go ahead and learn to do, go ahead and take the time to learn Lightroom, and you would have to download it on your phone from the App Store. Go ahead and do that. That's something extra that you can do to help. Another thing, trying to think if there was anything else that would help. Oh, and on Facebook, it's kind of like the same concept, it's basically your storefront. So when people land on your page, just like on Instagram, they're going to see what you're about. So make sure that you have a smiling photo, very welcoming, very inviting. And as far as your cover photo, make sure it says something about you. I've used a few cover photos. You've seen Colleen probably use a few cover photos that she actually paid for on Fiverr, Fiverr, that Fiverr puts together, and they put all these really cool graphics. It's like $20, and you can use it as your cover sheet. I've made my own on Canva, and I've also just posted like photos of, or one single photo of me and Devin, or one single photo of me doing yoga. And that usually will tell people that yes, I do love my yoga, and yes, this page is very welcoming and inviting. Welcome to my page. And then, of course, you take the inviting to the next level once they see your post, and then you go ahead and PM them or DM them for your inviting process. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, I know I talked a lot, but I hope you guys got kind of the idea or gist of it. Do you guys have any questions? We never got Nika back.
I know. I wonder what happened. Honestly, I don't have any questions. This was kind of exactly what I was looking for when I said posting was an issue for me, because I was like thinking like, oh, I want to be like those Instagram influencers who have like these perfect pictures, and so it's really good to hear that like maybe I should just take a step back from that and just post.
Yeah,
just tell my story.
Exactly. So, and the thing is, a lot of people, what's that?
But I'm going to do it. I'm going to start doing it. I'm doing it tonight.
Do it. Yeah, I still got to fix mine a little bit. And you can see, like, sometimes I'll post something and it's funny because, like, our mentors, whenever we have trainings, they're just like, just post. I'm like, what? It's not a good post. They're like, just post, get some feedback. I'm like, okay. And then sometimes I'll delete the post. And they're like, no, just keep it. Just keep your post. Like, okay. And I was even, the vegan post that I came out with, I was telling Devin, I'm like, I'm deleting this. I'm like, this is like a terrible photo. My message is all over the place. I don't know how to say that I'm a vegan. And then,
you know what? I think, like, just to give you feedback, as somebody who, just looks at your posts and all of your stories and all of this, I think that it was the perfect post for you to come out vegan.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because and you know what? I read your story and the photo didn't even matter that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. But do you see how, like, the photo didn't even really, it really didn't have much to do with my message, but it was a good capture because I don't know why. I don't know how or why, but people love seeing couples posts They love
Yeah,
it.
you know what? That might be it because, like being engaged too, I was like, oh, I totally relate to this.
People love love. They love love.
Yeah.
They love to see like fairy tales. So, and spousal support. People like to see those things. So, I was kind of happy that we kept that post because we even had a debate today. Like, oh, you said this and da 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 da, and you said this, or I put this wrong, and da da da, and we edited it a little bit just to kind of give it the vibe that we wanted, and it stuck. It stuck. It really helped to see other people's support and everything, because I was like, oh my God, people are gonna tell me this and tell me that, and I was like, no, I'm sticking by my mission. We're sticking by it. But you also want to give like a positive light, and that's the one thing that I remember. I know I have to like do in my posts is like display compassion and also display understanding and love, because some people really don't get it, so you kind of have to explain a little bit more and just do it with understanding, which took me a long time to do. So with you guys, that's what I look for also. Like, are you guys being compassionate? And I would hope that you guys would take my my constructive criticism, or if you ever need to ask me for post help, I'm always here. You guys know that, and I'm glad you guys are comfortable with telling me.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I wouldn't have signed up with you if I wasn't.
I'm glad. See, and how awesome is coaching? Like,
honestly, I'm actually kind of enjoying like being able to just like continually post and like have people actually ask about what I'm doing. Creating more connections is like super, super nice, because I used to just be like, I don't really care about talking to people, and now I just love it.
I know sometimes we get in our own little bubble and we kind of forget that, people do care. People do need help, and we inspire our tribe. We just have to go out there and do something. And what did my friend say? Shine your weird light so us other weirdos can see you. I love that.
Oh my God.
I'm like, but I think it's so weird. She's like, just shine it, and we're gonna
shine your light.
I'm like, I love it. I love that. So it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So
anyway,
are you home now? I hope you're.
I am. I'm home. I was writing notes for like the last hour.
Okay, I'm glad it helps. All right. So if you don't have any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go.
Okay. I will work on my inviting and my post tonight because I missed it last week. So
yay! Excited. I'm waiting for it. Right,
I'll keep you
see you later.
Thanks so much.
I forgot to do the picture. Nika's not on.
Picture.
We're gonna have to take a team call picture. This is our accountability right now.
Oh, okay. I'm here.
All right. Ooh, perfect. All right. Hi. All right. Awesome.
Cool.
All right. I'll see you later, girly.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.